What if I told you the most famous monument on Earth is hiding a chamber no one has ever entered, and it might just change everything we know about ancient Egypt? They called it the Pyramid of Khufu, towering over the desert like a challenge to time itself. Built over 4,500 years ago, it has defied the centuries. But hidden within its limestone heart, there is a room, a sealed void, a secret space that no human has seen since its creation. I was standing on the Giza plateau, the sand whipping around my boots, looking up at this ancient behemoth. I wasn't there as a tourist. I came chasing a whispering anonymous leak about a hidden chamber, recently discovered by cosmic rays. Let me back up. In 2017, scientists used a technology called muon radiography, a kind of cosmic X-ray. When the results came in, they showed a void space at least 30 meters long hidden above the Grand Gallery. It had no known entrance. And yet, it's there, perfectly still, completely untouched. Like a message from the ancient world waiting to be decoded. Egyptologists were stunned. Conspiracy theorists erupted. Was it another burial chamber? A hidden treasure room? Or something more enigmatic? Let me take you deeper. This isn't just another pyramid. The Great Pyramid was the tallest human-made structure in the world for 3,800 years. It's aligned almost perfectly with true north. Its dimensions echo the proportions of Earth itself. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. The pyramid was built for Pharaoh Khufu, but no body has ever been found. No treasure, no inscriptions naming him. The so-called burial chamber? Empty. It's as if Khufu's legacy was meant to be more symbolic. We don't even know how it was built. Over 2.3 million limestone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. No wheels, no cranes, no iron tools, just thousands of laborers. And a purpose that may have been bigger than a king's ego. So when the Scan Pyramids project revealed that mysterious void, a ripple went through the archaeological world. Some believed it was nothing, just a structural anomaly, but others saw potential for rewriting history. One of those people was Dr. Amira Solomon, an independent Egyptian archaeologist and former Cairo Museum curator. She reached out to me under strange circumstances. No paper trail, encrypted emails, a meetup outside Luxor at dawn. She carried old blueprints, forbidden photos, and a theory so bold it would be laughed out of every academic room. The hidden chamber isn't just a room, it's a time capsule. Solomon believed that the void contained artifacts untouched by time, objects or writings left by the pyramid builders themselves, a record of how, why, and perhaps by whom the Great Pyramid was truly built. She told me about a forgotten tomb in Saqqara. Inscribed in it were cryptic glyphs referencing a stairway to the hidden Sunday. She believed it was code for a secret chamber inside the Great Pyramid. Most experts dismissed it, but Solomon had something else. A copy of a forgotten journal by Howard Vyse, the 19th century British explorer who first blasted into the king's chamber. In its margins, he scribbled, "Above this gallery lies a greater mystery still." That same week, I gained access to the latest scans. The void was there, clear, massive, deliberate, not a flaw in the stonework. A chamber, suspended in the center of the pyramid like a heart in a chest. But here's the thing, there's no door, no tunnel, no shaft leading to it. The ancient builders sealed it permanently, as if protecting something, or hiding it. Solomon speculated it might be accessible from above, near the pyramidion capstone that's long been missing. If a shaft once existed there, it had long since vanished under centuries of erosion and silence. The idea was insane. But my curiosity had its claws in me now. I reached out to a drone operator, licensed for high-elevation surveys over the Giza plateau. His name was Tariq, former engineer, adventurer, skeptical at first. We flew the drone just before sunset. As it hovered near the apex, its LiDAR scanner picked up something strange. A hairline fracture running beneath a weathered limestone block, an anomaly, almost perfectly aligned with the void's coordinates. Our footage was inconclusive, but the pattern, it looked man-made, deliberate. The kind of feature you'd only notice if you were looking for it. And that's when everything changed. The drone was confiscated. Tariq was arrested for breach of airspace. Solomon disappeared. Her last message to me was one line: "They know we're too close." Suddenly, doors were slamming shut. My research access revoked. University partners pulled out. Emails bounced. The message was clear: back off. But I didn't. I couldn't. Not after what I'd seen. That night, I reviewed the drone data again. Embedded deep in the LiDAR signature was a faint outline like steps. A staircase? Or maybe an inverted shaft? And I remembered something. Ancient texts once spoke of the pyramid being not a tomb, but a machine. A machine for what? No one could say. But some believed it harnessed energy from the earth itself. Crazy? Maybe. But the pyramids shape its location. The materials sit all lined up with those fringe theories. Granite capable of conducting electricity. Shafts aligned to stars. Why? I dove deeper into forbidden archives. In an old Vatican vault transcript, a Jesuit missionary in the 1700s wrote about a sealed room that sings when struck. A resonance chamber? Was this the same void? One by one, pieces began falling into place. Every culture around the globe seemed to point toward the stars, and the Great Pyramid might have been the conduit. I returned to Giza under a different name. No cameras, no crew, just me, a flashlight, and a smuggled microdrone. I wasn't just chasing a theory anymore, I was chasing revelation. Under cover of night, I climbed the eastern slope. Slow, silent, my heart pounding louder than my steps. I reached the fracture we'd seen before. The stone felt hollow beneath my hand. The microdrone slipped into the gap. It buzzed forward, dark corridors blinking on screen. Then open space. We'd found it. The chamber, suspended in blackness like a forgotten cathedral. Inside were objects, shapes, carvings on the wall, not hieroglyphs. Something older, more alien. The feed cut out before I could make sense of it, but I'd seen enough. I sent the footage to a private server. Then I ran. Days passed. No word from Solomon. Tariq was released but refused to talk. My phone was tapped. I knew I was being followed. Why? Because the truth about that chamber threatens to unravel a controlled narrative. If the Great Pyramid wasn't just a tomb, if it was something else, then history itself must be rewritten. And maybe that's what they fear. Not treasure hunters, not grave robbers, but revealers, people like you and me, who just want to know what's behind the oldest locked door in the world. So, what's inside the secret chamber? We still don't know. But I believe no. I know that it holds answers about our past, and perhaps our place in the cosmos. It's not just about stone. It's about memory, design, intelligence, legacy. And until that chamber is opened, we're staring at a puzzle with its final piece missing. Governments say they're protecting cultural heritage. But what if they're really protecting control? If we open that room tomorrow, would it show us the truth, or a truth we're not ready for? Some say the chamber is empty. Others say it contains the Ark of Thoth, a mythical device storing the wisdom of Atlantis. Wild? Maybe, but no wilder than what's already been discovered. Solomon believed humanity was given knowledge long before history admits, that ancient civilizations were advanced in ways we're only beginning to rediscover. Could that hidden room be a library? A lab? A vault? What knowledge was so dangerous it had to be buried under 6 million tons of stone? I still dream about it. That chamber, suspended in silence, waiting. It feels less like a room and more like a question. One the ancients dared to ask, and we've been avoiding ever since. I returned to Cairo in silence. No press, no uploads, just a man walking with knowledge too volatile to share yet. I couldn't stop thinking about those symbols on the wall. They didn't belong to any known language. They vibrated, even on a dead screen. And then something stranger happened. I received a package. No return address. Inside, an obsidian disc etched with the same markings. A note. You were never meant to find it. But now that you have, you must protect it. Protect it? From whom? Or what? The weight of the disk seemed unnatural. It wasn't just heavy. It felt like it anchored you to something older than Earth itself. I brought it to a physicist friend at the Technion. She ran a spectrum analysis. "This isn't stone," she whispered. "It's data. Data embedded in atomic lattice. Like a memory drive, only pre-digital, pre-human." That changed everything. The pyramid wasn't just a monument. It was a vault, a vessel, built not to honor the dead but to preserve the living memory of something ancient. A message. Solomon had called it a time capsule, but I was starting to believe it was more. A beacon, maybe. Something waiting for the right moment or the right mind to unlock it. The markings on the disk aligned perfectly with the ones in the hidden chamber. Once decoded, they formed geometric patterns, fractals within fractals. A message in mathematics. Universal. Undeniable. I released nothing. Not yet. The world wasn't ready. But a select group of linguists, physicists, and mathematicians, whistleblowers, and wanderers were brought in. People who didn't just ask how, but why. As we unraveled the code, something became clear. It wasn't just a message, it was a blueprint. Instructions. A design for something massive, energy-based, resonant, and possibly a portal. To where or when? That remains unclear. But the final glyph translated into one word we could all understand. One word etched into stone long before humans had written language: awaken. We believed the chamber was sealed intentionally until we reached the right level of understanding. Not brute force, not power, but consciousness, pattern, recognition, awareness. And here we are now, on the edge of revelation. Most of the world still believes the pyramid is a tomb, but some of us know better. We've seen the truth hidden in stone and shadow. I can't tell you where the disk is now, or what's inside the next vault, but I can tell you this: it's not over. The pyramid gave us a riddle, and we've only just begun to answer. Solomon resurfaced briefly. One encrypted call. She whispered, "They're activating it. The chamber is breathing." Then silence. What did she mean? Could it respond to us? Could it think? There's a theory that the pyramid was built not just for us, but by something else. Not aliens, not gods, but an earlier version of ourselves, more advanced, more connected, and then erased. Maybe the pyramid was their warning, or their final gift, a monument to remind us knowledge must be earned, not inherited, and truth is hidden not to keep us away, but to make us worthy of finding it. I often wonder, what happens when the chamber is opened? When the whole world sees what's inside, will it unite us or divide us even more? Maybe the real secret isn't inside the pyramid at all. Maybe it's inside us, the will to question, to explore, to imagine a past far stranger and more beautiful than we ever dreamed. This is not a conspiracy. It's not fantasy. It's a puzzle laid across centuries, and the final pieces are starting to fall into place. So, the next time you look at the Great Pyramid, don't ask what's inside. Ask why it's still here and what it's waiting for. Because maybe, just maybe, it's waiting for you. Thanks for listening. If this story captivated you, share it. Talk about it. Question everything. Because history isn't what they told you, it's what we're still uncovering. Thanks, and see you in the next episode.